Okay, well, proud of the way our kids played. Found a way to close it out in the end. Our defensive effort today was brilliant. They had negative 23 yards rushing, second all-time rushing yards, lowest rushing yards allowed since 1991. Okay, just did an unbelievable job. Had 122 yards of total offense. We had 344 of total offense. We had 153 rushing, 191 passing. I think our passing attack is really started to improve, and it will continue to grow, and we'll probably see more and more of that. Our rushing attack needs to get better. For us to rush for 153, that, we want to be over 200 all the time. And there's probably 60, 70 yards in there, which would have put us over 400. And that's where we need to be. We had 34 minutes of possession to their 25. I thought Patrick did a great job leading our team. I thought Jeff Smith made some really tremendous catches for us. I thought, Matt Milano on defense had 8 tackles and a sack. I mean, just some really great stuff happened. Mike Knoll came in. Colton Lichtenberg was hurt when he came back from Dublin. Mike Knoll had to go in and do all the phases. He had to kick off, he had to kick extra points and field goals, and he had to punt. And I thought he did a great job with all the above. He took the challenge on and overcame some early adversity, and I was really happy to see him be able to do that. I think that's important when you're a young player, to learn how to overcome, and he clearly did that. So I'm proud of our team. Proud of the way they played. I'm proud of the way they competed. Came back off of a tough loss and a tough trip, and came back and battled and closed out. Now it's all about us getting better. It's all about us improving, and that's what we're going to go to work on. The areas that we need to tweak and get better at, we're going to get better at, and that'll happen. This is a young team, especially in offense. We're playing 11 freshmen and sophomores, but it's going to grow. But it's going to grow, and it's going to get better and better and better. Okay? So, any questions?
Coach, there's been, we've just heard a lot of screaming and cheering from
Yeah.
the locker room.
Right.
First one over almost a year. What's the vibe around this team?
Well, it's just, you need to enjoy the wins. I mean, this is a tough game. It's a tough business we're all in. And when you win, you need to enjoy the win. God knows we're going to go back and get right back to work. This isn't a program that's going to, bask in any of that kind of stuff. But you got to enjoy the win, and it was important. It was really important to bounce back this week. This easily could be a different scenario when you're coming off what we came off of, and it was an emotional, tough loss, a long way from home, with a young group of guys, and they handled that really well. And I think that what I'm most proud of is our team has got a really great passion for the game of football. That's really what that was. They love ball. They love ball, and they're really starting to love each other, and that's pretty cool as a coach when you stand there and you're, we got a long way to go, guys, right? We all know that. We got a long way to go, but that's a good starting point. And so they had a little fun, a little emotion in there, and that's a good thing.
Steve, when did you sense you had them physically worn down?
Well, at halftime, I felt like they were starting to wear down, but we weren't able to kick our run game in overdrive at that point, and I really felt like that's what bothered me. Early on, there's a lot of pressure in there. That's why we hit those long balls, And I wanted in the second half to come out, have a long drive, and I really felt that would be a critical long drive. And we almost had it, but I forgot what happened. But we came short on one of the third downs, and because I felt at that point they were worn down going in. If you had a good drive on that come out half, you might just start to put that thing away. But we didn't handle that on offense. I remember it now. We had a chance to. We just got to, once again, we got to learn how to make the plays that are available for us, and we will.
How much do other defenses having like a consistent kicking game make? Can you talk about the guys that might be missing?
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. If you woulda, shoulda, coulda. If we could have kicked the 2 field goals last week, we'd had a different outcome, right? We all know it's critical. When you get in the red zone, it's deflating if you come away with no points. You're not going to score all touchdowns. In a perfect world, you'd like to score all touchdowns, but you certainly have to score your field goals. Because part of our plan to win, play great defense, right? That's number one. Be able to run the ball, okay? Win the turnover battle, be great on special teams. And the other one in there is score in the red zone. So being able to do that kept momentum alive, and we were able to build up points. I think we had, 3 of them in there, okay? And that builds up points. And that has to happen in the style of game that we play, which is built on playing great defense and now trying to strike a balance with the run and pass on offense and playing that game. You can't miss those opportunities. We're not into a tempo deal. We're not into go as fast as you possibly can and score as many points as you possibly can and don't worry about the defense. That's just not how we're put together. So those 3 points, they matter. They matter all the time. And we had that, first year, and that was a big difference for us. And so we need to gain that back again, and today we were able to do some of that.
Were you tempted to go for it on 4th and 5 early in that first quarter? Or were you tempted to kick it on that 4th? I know it would have been a 45-yard. That would have been out of the
Yeah, I can't remember what sequence right now, coming into the podium right now, but, I mean, I wanted to make sure Mike had another opportunity to get tracked. I can tell you that, and I don't remember exactly what distance it was, but I think I felt like it was too far, and I didn't want to put him in that position at that distance. I wanted to give him a situation where he could make it and get some confidence. There's a confidence thing with this, just like I don't know much about it, like I don't know much about golf, but there's a confidence thing, and you're trying to get a little confidence and not constantly put guys in a strange situation when they're young and a little bit inexperienced.
You talked about the potential for Jeff as a deep threat.
Yep.
How much did you see that going from spring to summer?
Well, we saw a lot of it in the spring and in the summer, and then we felt great. And then Jeff had an injury that kept him out almost a complete training camp. And so he's just starting to come back into his own now. He missed training camp for most of it. Not every bit of it, but just about 3/4 of it. He missed it. And then Mike Walker missed half of it. So those guys are just starting now, and they're talented guys. So, I know they're going to continue to grow in that mode, and we can throw the ball. How about Charlie Callanan? He made a critical catch. Just made me think about that. I didn't mention him in there because he made such a critical catch. I should have. That was maybe one of the biggest plays of the game right there. That play right there. That big conversion where he went up and took the ball away. Haven't seen that a lot around here. You start seeing that more and more, and we're going to start seeing that ball go up in the air more and more. And so we got to keep growing. We just got to keep growing. The confidence, all confidence. That's what it is.
You mentioned wanting to have a long drive to start the second half, but those 2 quick strikes at the end of the first
Yeah.
half totally turned the game around.
Totally turned the game around.
Yeah.
Well, they were low in the box. They're just, it's like one of the reasons we didn't run the ball well. We're gonna see on the tape we should have ran it better, but they're loading the box, and now we have the ability to go ahead and strike it. And and even like at the end there, we were in that 2-minute situation. We're going after it, because we have confidence in our field general and we have confidence in our throw game, and we had an issue there, but our defense covered it up for that. But at least we're gonna, way I believe is, show me, and we're starting to get the confidence now to be able to do a little more in those situations based on where the game is. And that was a good experience for us, even though we had a bad play in there. We'll learn from that. We'll continue to grow.
Outside of that one bad play, though, they kept attacking at that secondary, and wasn't a lot of deep plays. What did you see out of your secondary today?
We played well. We had a mix-up on the one play they hit. That was just a bust. That was a coverage bust. We had a mix-up there. But, other than that, I thought we played great. We mixed our pressures, and we mixed our bill. I told you we were going to be able to play some 4-man rush zone. We couldn't do that before. And the development, we've had so much great fundamental development since the spring. Coach Pasqualoni with the defensive line has taken the defensive line to another level fundamentally, okay? Which means pass rush technique and run. We're hard to block because of our fundamental technique. We used to be just a scheme blitz team, but now we not only can we do that, and we did do that today, but we also have the ability to shut the run down without pressuring by playing great fundamentals. And that was a step that I felt that our defense needed to take, and I give a lot of credit to Coach Reed, Coach Pasqualoni, Anthony Campanelli on the back end, Al Washington. Those guys have done a phenomenal job of, people say, like, well, where's your defense going to be? Well, what do you mean? It's going to grow. It's going to get better. We got good players, good coaches, and it's going to grow. And that's happening, and it's going to continue. Now, I'm concerned a little bit. I want to make sure we stay healthy right now. Mike Strachan got dinged up. I don't know where that's at. Connor, you got to see how that unwinds now. And would have liked to have got him out of there a little bit earlier, but the situation dictated. How about his effort to me and his selflessness for this football team is what it is to play at BC.
How concerned were you about Strahan's status heating up, and were you
Very.
surprised by how much
He just gutted it out. And you got to give him, as I said in there, that's what I talked about in there. Are you kidding me? He's tough, man. He is tough. But he didn't want to let his teammates down. And he didn't. Yeah, he's got a strain, and it's a tough deal. But, a lot of guys wouldn't have the mental toughness, physical toughness to do what he did, but he did it. So hopefully now, we'll be able to, get him back again.
What was Colton's injury?
He had a strain in his kicking leg. Yep.
Can you follow up what Coach said about throwing on first down with those 2 strikes to Smith?
Yeah, I think it does so much for your offense. I think sometimes a lot of kind of pro style offense sometimes have a habit of getting a little bit predictable. I think if we continue to be able to throw the ball on first down, it's going to help us stay on schedule. And people don't expect those shots on first down, especially from us. So Jeff made 2 incredible plays on the football today, and hopefully he continues to make those. I think he will.
Just comment on the short fields that the defense gave you, not only with defense but with turnovers, and how you were able to use that.
They're absolutely incredible. I'm sometimes a fan. I get kind of a fan mentality when I get to watch them play on the sideline. Just how how close they are, how closely knit they are, and how they really pull for each other, and just how much they always make plays on the football. From the back end to up front. There's so much fun to play with, and they make it a lot easier to play with too.
So people don't expect those kind of plays from you guys.
Yeah.
Because BC is a running team. Is that the reputation you think that you have? Maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe, but we'll take that. We'll wear it.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got to be able to, run the football, and we will. We'll be fine. And I'm just so proud of our team, so proud of our guys, and how we competed, especially after, coming back from that long trip. I'm so, honored to be a part of this team. I'm so gracious that, I got an opportunity to come play here, and I cannot wait for next Saturday. Yeah. So really, just kind of, the first one was kind of a double move, a little bit, and the second one was just kind of he just kind of got behind the defense a little bit. But we used to say in high school, if somebody's even, they're leaving, and Jeff is that guy. If there's somebody running with Jeff, give me 3 more steps and he's by him. So if y'all didn't see that, and that's a good outfit over there. That's a fast secondary. So that's just a testament. They played Florida tough last week. They played us really tough today. I give a lot of credit to them. But Jeff Smith's a really good player, and he's going to continue to make a lot of plays for us. How critical is a consistent kicking game? Oh, extremely. You tell it's sometimes be the difference between wins and losses. And I'm so proud of Mike, and Mike has worked so hard this week. I'm proud to call him a friend, and I'm honored to be on his team. The way he assumed all those kicking duties today. We had a holder change, and he just took it like it was just standard. What's next? And he's got kind of that mentality, and if he continues to do that, which I know he will, we're going to be fine.
It seemed like you guys were super happy for him. Could you see from one kick to the next the confidence go up?
A little bit, but Mike's kind of mentality and kind of attitude never really changes. He's kind of even keeled. If he misses a kick, he's going to have the exact same look on his face as if he just hit a 45-yarder. He'll smile now, maybe a little bit after the game. But he's got that mentality, and like I said, man, I'm so proud to be on his team.
Patrick, just talk about rushing away from the pressure today, picking up 66 yards on the ground.
Yeah, it was good. A lot of times I cover people, and I bet 90% of times I was running was because everybody was covered, and the ability just to move the chains. Coach Addazio talks about that a lot. Just get the first down. And there's a couple of times where I had a lapse where I forgot the new slide rule, and I'm going to get probably a lot of flack because I am a little heavy, and I did slide, which I shouldn't have done, but that will cease to happen. So we're going to get that figured out. We're going to get more first downs, and we're going to continue to win football games.
Yes, sir.
Can you just talk about, obviously we talked about you being a deep threat, but just can you go through the 2 plays and sort of what you saw and how they developed?
The 2 plays, we've worked a lot during the spring and the summer. Like Coach said, I missed about 2.5, 3 weeks of camp. So, I'm kind of working to get back into it. But that's all we owe that to the summer. So we worked hard, and it just paid off today.
How far back are you now since the injury?
What do you mean?
Since you missed camp and all that, 80%?
I'm pretty much near 100%. It's still kind of sore sometimes, but I'll push through it for my team.
You kind of love those post routes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is it, just because you can make a move and use your speed? And what do you like about that team?
Yeah, the look they had today was a prime look. So pretty much just using my speed just to get by him. And Pat put the ball in 2 perfect spots for me to make a play on it.
The second catch was an actual grab. It took some hands to make that grab. I mean, this isn't it's not necessarily an unnatural position, but it's not a natural position. How has that been? Just sort of, I mean, I know you've been on the drugs, but you know those responsibilities and those skills, sort of combining those.
I mean, I would say it's pretty natural. I mean, I played receiver, DB throughout high school till about my senior year. I know guys, as a receiving corps, we worked hard throughout the summer. You know, me, Mike, Benny, Nolan, Elijah, Charlie, Dad. I mean, we all went out and threw like late nights after classes. So we would throw the quarterbacks a lot throughout the weeks. So I mean, it's really starting to pay off for us.
Patrick Towles said that BC is known for a team that takes deep shots on touchdowns, but as a speed guy, as somebody who has the technique, you kind of relish that possibility.
I do. I think we look at it as more of a run-heavy team, so that kind of opens things up. So now that we're starting to throw the ball, so hopefully we can be more balanced and really make plays now.
As well as they were playing you guys defensively, how much did those deep balls help you guys relax?
Those helped a lot. Being down was a real surprise, but I think scoring those 2 touchdowns quick, that really picked up. I think it helped the defense a lot too as well, and it really gave us confidence to come out second half too and put 2 more up.
Can you just take us through sort of adjusted to sort of changes when Colton goes down and the responsibility you have this year? Because you've done this before, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was recruited here to do all 3. I'm always ready whenever the team needs me, and it's unfortunate Colton went down, but he'll be back, and we'll all be kicking like lights out, and it's gonna be good, you know.
Were you curious whether or not Addazio was going to call on you on that 4th and 5 in the first quarter?
No, I'm ready no matter what, you know. It's his decision, and we kick it, we go out there and nail it, and if not, we're gonna be ready.
And then obviously, those 2 you made in the matter. You made 2 kicks all last year. You made 2 in 3 minutes.
I didn't hear you, sorry.
There's an ice cream truck. You made 2 kicks all last year. You made 2 in 3 minutes, and those are game changers. They kind of help ice the game. But when you look at it that way, how important, whether it's you or Colton, the kicking game?
I don't think it matters who's out there. I think whoever's out there, we gotta get our job done, and it's what we plan to do. And we made thousands of kicks in practice, and it's good to get your confidence up, and happy what we did.
Were you able to shake off that missed PAT and get your head back into focus?
Yeah, I mean, like Patrick said, I mean, it's a long game, you know, it's a long season. All credit to Len and Troy. They were lights out. We couldn't ask for a better duo, snapping and holding. And, yeah, just keep a level head and let it shake me at all.
Kicker, is it nice to be up there answering questions?
Yeah, you know, you don't get called up very often, but it is good. So thanks for bringing me in.
You do, but usually when you make
Yeah, that's true. That's right. That's right. So it's the life we chose, you know. Can't be mad.
How did the snap hold dynamic change?
You know, we were practicing with John Fadul for a little while, and then there's a last-minute change to Troy, but we've been training Troy too, and so he stepped right up, and we got it done.
Kind of helps that he's a freshman year, really.
Oh, yeah, it was good. Nice little Chevy or Chevrolet relationship, so it's easy to hop right in with that.
Connor, just talk about a couple of strip sacks and turnovers, just kind of change the game for your offense. Talk about getting the turnovers.
Yeah, definitely. In any game, you're always trying to win the turnover battle. So as a defense, anytime we're able to create turnovers, it's huge for the offense. You know, a lot of times we end up playing a field position game, and that can really flip the field for them. And you know, on defense, you don't always get a chance to score, but if you can set up a score, it's just as good.
How much did you show about you during the week, and what were your sort of impressions about being able to play?
Yeah, I got nicked up at Georgia Tech, but I was clear for the game and ready to go when they were ready for me to go, and felt great.
Connor, how much was the mentality this week to finish those 60 minutes? Because you guys didn't let them do anything. That's a big play in the first quarter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of our new coaches this year, you know, BC alum, Coach Brown, who played in the NFL, played here, talked to us last night a lot about finish and what it means to finish here at BC, and I think that really inspired a lot of guys, and you know, that's been something that we had to work on, and just happy we're making improvements towards it.
Connor, what's the confidence level of this front seven right now?
I mean, I have complete confidence. Our whole defense, everyone has, has confidence in each other, and everyone just knows what they got to do and what their job is, and you gain confidence by knowing that the guy next to you knows exactly what he's supposed to do. So I think throughout the whole defense, it's like that.
Connor, it looked like they were attacking you with Young, inside, outside. How were you able to contain him on all rushing attempts he was trying to make?
Could you kind of repeat that again?
No,
Sorry.
it's just they attacked with Young. They ran him inside, they ran him outside, and yet you didn't let him get either way.
I think just sticking to your defensive rules is really what you got to do there. Anytime you're getting after them or you're not, you have to play great defense and contain a guy who can run. In the ACC we play so many guys who can run, so we're used to that.
He did start, and I think Daz also said that he was thinking about sort of giving you a blow towards the end. But is there sort of a fine line between trying to be a little bit cautious to make sure that nothing else happens, and also kind of going full speed? Because it looks like when you play, you only have one.
I mean, as long as I'm cleared to play, I'm gonna play at full speed. I'm not gonna go out there and not play at full speed. That would be disrespectful to all my teammates. So if I'm cleared to play and I'm going in the game, I'm not gonna hold back, regardless of what I got going on.
Do you pride yourself on not only making sacks but also getting big hits as well that punch your whole defense up?
I don't really try to think about trying to make a big hit necessarily as much as just make the play is kind of how I go into it. And if you do get a time where you're coming in clean, you're coming in fast, and you can light a guy up, definitely. I mean, it's a big momentum swing in the game, so definitely a good thing to pump up everybody.